Hi everyone, this is Josephine from Design by Josephine and Josee, and today's video is an update in my garden, and I am truly excited about today's video because it is all about this beautiful garden, what my mom and I have been doing in the garden. And I also want to say a special thank you to my auntie who have been helping me with this garden. She has been helping me tremendously, and all of the garden ideas that my mom and I have are just coming. They are coming, and I am just so excited. And I wanted to kind of have like an English French country garden, of course, with a little bit of a tropical twist because I do live in Florida. But as you can see, it is just looking absolutely gorgeous. It is a beautiful day outside today. It is sunny and I'm all dressed up. And the reason why I'm dressed up is because I am going to actually go to Lowe's, and my mom and I are going to be getting some things from Lowe's to add more things to the garden. So before I even get started, I wanted to say that if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I want to say welcome. And if you are into tablescapes, home decor, gardening, and how to entertain at home, then you can definitely subscribe to my channel. It is free. And if you are a returning subscriber and you're watching one of my videos again, I want to say welcome back. And I do post videos once a week on my channel, and it is every Sunday. Now, if I don't have a chance to post videos, then definitely keep an eye out during the week, and also check out my blog. Of course, I haven't been updating that also because I've been so busy, but I am planning to update my blog, and you can also follow me in all of my social media. The links are going to be down below in the description box. And like I have mentioned, if I don't get a chance to post a video on Sunday, I will definitely post a video within that week because I just have been so busy. But I am back. I am happy to be back, and thank you for all the messages that I got from my wonderful subscribers. It just means a lot to me. So now let me go ahead and get started in today's video. Okay everyone, so here I am at Lowe's at the garden center, and I just went there to see what they had available, just to add some things to the garden. So as you can see, they had some garden statues and also some bird baths. And the garden statues, the rabbit ones, were on clearance. I think they look really nice, and I absolutely adore this bird bath. I actually have one in the garden that I got from Lowe's, and it really gives that English garden look. And as you can see, they have many different types of bird baths and statues available. So if you want to add those to your own garden, I would highly recommend going to Lowe's. They are concrete, so they are a little heavy, but they are well made. So right over in this section here, I was just looking at some of the petunias that they have, and I just think they look absolutely gorgeous. Now, I have added some petunias to the rose garden, and I just think it really adds a nice element to a rose garden. They also had some impatiens available as well. And I also added impatiens to my rose garden. And as you can see, they're like $9.98, which is not that bad for these impatiens here. And then they also have different types of impatiens, as you can see. And here is this beautiful miniature rose. Now, I'm not really into miniature roses, but I just think this one is just absolutely gorgeous. and it is called Sunblaze, and as you can see, it just looks so beautiful. And I was considering getting it, but again, I'm not really into miniature roses that much, so I did not get it. And of course, the next rose that they have is a beautiful white rose, and this one is just gorgeous as well. And here is one of the ones that I got, which is the cherry parfait, but when it bloomed, it did not look like cherry parfait. And here is Rio Samba, and I will be sharing more about this one later in the video. I did end up getting it. And I did end up getting the cherry parfait and also this beautiful rose, which is called French lace. Now here is more of the petunias. I went back to look at them. I just love how they looked, and I think the container that they were in looked gorgeous. I was looking also at some lavender. I wanted to add some lavender into my garden, but I did not get any lavender that day. And I also look at the salvia, and I will be adding more salvia, but I didn't get any that day either. So here are some cone flowers, and I just think they look so beautiful, and I was just kind of looking at them to see if this is a flower that I wanted to add to my rose garden, and I didn't get any, but I just think they look beautiful. And of course I went over to get the fertilizer that I use for my roses, and this one is the Bio Advanced Rose and Flower Care all-in-one. And I use this because it really works well for my roses. And again, just looking at some different plants and looking at the prices and just enjoying my day at Lowe's with my mom. So here is this beautiful pink hibiscus, and I end up getting the yellow one as well. And my auntie is the one that helped me got it, and I'm really excited to add this beautiful flower to my rose garden. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. And like I have mentioned, I ended up getting the pink one and also the yellow one as well. And of course, I was looking at these beautiful yellow flowers. I just think they are just so gorgeous. Okay, everyone, so I am back home, and I wanted to share another type of fertilizer that I use on my roses and also on the other flowers that I have in my rose garden, and it is Rose Tone. And I just love this fertilizer because it is organic, and I just love it, and my roses and flowers love it as well. And I highly recommend this fertilizer. Now, I do use the other one, and like I have mentioned, it's because of the black spot, but I love this one because it is organic and it adds nutrients to the roses, and it also just give nutrients, and it makes the roses look so healthy. Okay, everyone, so now I'm going to be going over my Lowe's haul with all of you, and of course I have some beautiful flowers to share with all of you that I got. My mom and I ended up getting this beautiful pink hibiscus to add to the rose garden, because again, I want to add a tropical twist to the rose garden because I live in Florida. Even though my rose garden is English French country theme rose garden. I still want to add some hibiscus into it, and I just think it's so pretty. And also, I ended up getting this beautiful rose, which is called Rio Samba, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And as it ages, the blooms change color, and I just think it looks so pretty. And it will add more color to the rose garden. And also, I ended up getting this rose, which is called Cherry Parfait, but I think it is mislabeled because when it bloomed, it ended up being pink, totally pink. So I think it was mislabeled, but it is still a beautiful rose. And my mom and I also ended up getting this beautiful rose, which is called French Lace. I think it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm very happy that my mom and I end up getting these beautiful flowers to add to the rose garden. And again, I just want to say thank you to my auntie for helping me out. She has really helped me out tremendously, and I just cannot wait to share with all of you how these flowers look later on in the video in the rose garden. So here is one of the other fertilizers that I use. Now I got this, of course, from Lowe's, and of course you saw it uh, when I was getting it, so it's part of my Lowe's haul. And this is the Bio Advance All-in-One Rose and Flower Care. And I love this because it truly protects my roses from insect and also disease, helps with black spot. And, again, because I live in Florida, it's, difficult to contain the black spot. So I ended up getting this, and I try to garden organically as much as possible, but of course, this is the only product that I've used that's not organic that I add in my garden. But my roses love it, I love it, so I ended up getting it. And I highly recommend this if you are having some issues with your roses. And again, it's the Bio Advance All-in-One Rose Flower Care. Okay, everyone, so I am going to start off with a tour of how the rose garden is looking. And as you can see, it is looking absolutely gorgeous. This is the beginning of the rose garden. This is one side of the rose garden, and the other side I'm going to insert a picture of how it looked like. I did do a tour of the rose garden on the other side last year. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it down below in the description box. And like I've mentioned, I am going to insert a picture of how it looked like the other side of the rose garden. And what my mom and I have decided to do is to move some of the climbing roses and put it over in this side of the rose garden. And I'm planning to get more climbing roses to add to the other side of the rose garden. But for now, I think it is looking just absolutely gorgeous. And it's looking like an English-French garden. That is the type of garden theme that I'm going for. And as you can see, I have put some beautiful elements into the garden, statues and other types of elements, as you can see. So I am gonna go ahead and start off with the tour, and I just think it just looks so beautiful. And I think the pathway looks beautiful, and my mom and I are going to be adding some gravel on the sides here, and then further down we're going to do a little bit of a sitting area, and it is just going to look absolutely gorgeous. And I truly cannot wait for the roses to just bloom and start to grow. And I'm planning to add more roses into this side of the garden and also the other side of the garden as well. So I also want to say thank you to my auntie for helping me with this rose garden. I mean, she has been helping me tremendously. She ended up getting the mulch and some of the flowers, and I just want to say thank you to my auntie for that. I really, truly appreciate it. So I'm going to start off with, I think this bush right here, this shrub is called a honeysuckle. The hummingbirds just love it. The butterflies love it. The bumblebees love it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful shrub. And it just brings, hummingbirds, butterflies, and also um, bumblebees. Now over here, what I'm talking about here is I am gonna start pruning this um, plant right here. Now this one attracts butterflies as well. And so I am planning to prune it so that way it can be a little bit more bushier on the top. And I love this type of plant because it attracts butterflies. And so I am going to be pruning it. And moving along, I am planning to add some roses, more roses in this area right here. And most likely climbing roses. Now, over here, this was another type of plant. I'm going to go ahead and put the name of this plant. I forgot the name of it. But we did end up moving it to the other side, and then later on in the video, I will be sharing how it looks in the other side of the rose garden, because my mom and I figured that it would get too big and it would block the roses. Now here is Rio Samba, and as you can see, it just looks so beautiful. Different types of shades of color in here. I just love this rose, and this is the one that my mom and I got from Lowe's, and as it ages it just changed color. It just looks so beautiful, and I just love this rose. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And moving along, I also have some snapdragons and also some beautiful, beautiful pansies and also some impatiens that I added in the front. I am planning to add more salvia, and I think the salvia is going to be adding a beautiful pop of color, but I also wanted to add different types of flowers in front of the roses. And I added some pansies and also some snapdragons. Now the snapdragons do get tall, so I kind of add them in between the roses. Now in this section right here, like I have mentioned, I am planning to get more roses to put in this section, and then also some climbing roses as well. And I'm gonna be adding more David Austin roses. As you can see, I do have some room here. And there's weeds. There's weeds everywhere, but I am going to be pulling the weeds out and adding more mulch. And right over here, I have some amaryllis, and these usually bloom around springtime, and I just think it adds a beautiful interest into the rose garden. And here is the yellow hibiscus, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, I love adding hibiscus into a rose garden. Again, it adds a different element into the rose garden. It brings beauty into the rose garden as well. And one of the things that I do want to mention, if you are planning to do a rose garden, add different flowers to your rose garden. It really adds a beautiful interest, so when your roses are not blooming, you can have other flowers blooming in your rose garden as well. Okay, everyone. So, like I have mentioned, I am planning to add more roses into this side of the rose garden, and I'm planning to get 2 climbing roses to add right here in this section, and in between the hibiscus. I just think it looks so pretty. And most likely I haven't really decided which climbing rose I'm gonna get, but I am gonna be putting them either on an obelisk or on a pillar. I just think it will look so pretty and it will add more interest and height. And also I'm planning to add more flowers in here besides the roses, some salvia and other types of flowers that are like companion flowers to roses. And I'm also planning to add more shrub roses in this section. So that's the plans that my mom and I have. And I am just really happy how everything is just looking. And I do have some fern in here, and I love adding fern into the rose garden as well. I just think it just looks so beautiful, and I just love adding fern into the rose garden. And like I have mentioned, I just really adore fern in the rose garden. I just adore it. I just think it looks so elegant and so sophisticated in a rose garden. So right here in this section, I am planning to get more roses to add in this section. And because of the honeysuckle shrub that I have here, I know that there's gonna be some shade in that area, so I'm gonna be looking for a rose that can take some shade. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that, and as you can see, there's weeds, and I am going to be pulling out those weeds and getting the weeds out. But yeah, I'm planning to put some roses in that section, making it really lush, making it really full. So over in the front right here, I am going to be adding some salvia and more impatiens. So that's what I'm going to do. And over in this section right here, I am showing this rose that I got from Lowe's, which is supposed to be cherry parfait. But as you can see, it's not cherry parfait. I don't know what type of rose this is. All I know is it is a beautiful pink rose. I'm not really sure what type of rose this is, but it's not cherry parfait. And sometimes, you know, these things happen when you buy roses from Lowe's or Home Depot. You're supposed to be getting a certain type of rose, and then you ended up getting a different type of rose, and there is a mislabel. Now, I was thinking about maybe returning it, but my mom and I have decided to keep it because it is such a beautiful rose, and I figured that, you know, in this side of the rose garden, it's, you know, there should be some pink roses in this side of the rose garden, because I already have, you know, Rio Samba that's like a yellow, and I do have another rose that is a lighter color. And so yeah, so I decided to keep it. Now these 2 plants that I just showed right here, they're flower plants, and they produce beautiful purple flowers, and I truly think that it looks beautiful in the rose garden. They are self-seeded because I do have them in other parts of the rose garden. I did not plant them there, so they just decided to just go ahead and self-seed, and I think it looks really beautiful. And I have planted some daylily bulbs in this section, more of those purple flowers that are self-seeded. And here is Perfecta, which is another rose, and this rose is just absolutely gorgeous. My mom and I was definitely looking for this rose to add to the rose garden because we've had it before, and it just smells so nice. Now over in this section, I am sharing the pansies and also the impatiens that my mom and I planted. Here's a white pansy that just looks so pretty. And I have a red and purple impatiens that we just planted here in the front of the rose bed. And I truly feel like the impatiens are going to be adding a really nice look, a really nice elegant look to the rose garden. And here's more pansies, and here is a yellow pansy, so the purple pansy and the yellow pansy, and also the red impatient. I just think it looks so pretty. And like I have mentioned, I added some daylily bulbs that I got from Walmart, and I'm going to be inserting what type of bulbs that I got. So I got daylily bulbs, and I also got gladiolus bulbs as well. Two different types, multicolor type and a very beautiful dark burgundy type, which I think is going to look really nice in the rose garden. And as you can see, here are the gladiolas that are just popping up, and I am going to be adding more mulch in this area. And more fern, of course, but I just love putting the bulbs in this area because it's just going to look so pretty with the roses. Now here is a rose called Bolero. This is a rose that I got from Lowe's, and it just looks so pretty. And sometimes the blooms are like a creamy white, and then sometimes the blooms are the middle of the blooms are light pink, and then the edge is a creamy white, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And I love this rose, and it smells so nice. And as you can see, it's a beautiful rose, and I'm thinking about maybe getting another Bolero rose to add to the rose garden because it just looks so pretty, and I adore this rose. And it's one of those roses, if you're looking for a rose for your rose garden, a lighter color rose, I would highly recommend it because it just looks so pretty and so elegant. And I'm thinking about maybe adding some more bulbs in this section, but I decided not to. Look how pretty this rose looks. It just looks so pretty. And yeah, so that is the rose in this rose garden, Bolero. Side of the rose garden, which is another section. And the first plant that I am going to be sharing is on an arbor. And as you can see, I haven't put mulch around that area yet because we decided that we're going to be putting maybe some fern in that area, or maybe other types of flowers in that area. But right here is a passion fruit plant, and I think it just looks so pretty there. Plus, it is passion fruit, so we can use it, and wanted to add it to the rose garden. So now here is Summer Romance, which is one of my favorite roses. And she was not really doing so well in the other side of the garden, so my mom and I decided to put her here. And I've decided to wrap her around the post. And this post, of course, I just love it because of the birds. But I am going to be hanging a chime there. And it's going to be like a crystal chime. I think the crystal chime is going to look absolutely gorgeous. And like I've mentioned, is one of my favorite roses. The next rose is a bare root rose that my mom and I got from Costco. And I am going to be sharing more about that later in the video. What type of roses that my mom and I got from Costco. And as you can see, there is a bud that is about to come out, and I'm really excited about that. And the next rose is called French Lace, and as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. It was part of my Lowe's haul, and as you can see, the blooms look so big, and it is just a beautiful rose, and I just love it. And again, got it from Lowe's. And of course, I have planted some snapdragons. I wanted to add some snapdragons into the rose garden as well. And I am planning to add some salvia as well in the front of the statue. And of course, behind the statue, which I am going to be sharing a little bit more, I am adding some climbing roses against the fence. So in this section right here, of course, is all the climbing roses are going to be. And I wanted to put climbing roses against the fence. Now, all of the bare root roses that are here are from Walmart, except for James Galloway. And I did get Don Juan from Walmart. And here's James Galloway. So right next to James Galloway is Don Juan. And then, of course, here's me with my gardening hat and my gardening outfit. And right next to James Galloway again is another climbing rose called Blaze, and it is a red climbing rose. And right over here is another climbing rose, and it's a white cluster climbing rose, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I think it's going to look so pretty in this section. And of course, I have this beautiful hanging basket that have a bougainvillea on there. And I am thinking about changing the hanging basket and put a more sophisticated looking one. I am going to put a picture of the one that I am planning to get, so I am going to be replacing it because I really feel that, you know, this one is not really looking like how I want it to look for the, you know, in the garden itself. So I am going to be replacing the hanging basket with a very nice, sophisticated looking hanging basket for the bougainvillea. And like I've mentioned, my mom and I got this from Lowe's. Now moving along, I have planted some fern and also more snapdragons, and I also have daylily bulbs right in this section here, and I'm thinking about getting more daylily bulbs to put around in this section. And right over here, one of the climbing roses that I have, well, actually, a few climbing roses that I have two baby Edens, and I'm going to be sharing where they're at. They're in the lower corner. And here is Claire Austin, which is a David Austin rose, which is also a climber. And I just love this rose. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And like I've mentioned, I have two baby Edens in that section as well. And so they're doing really wonderful. And like I've mentioned, I love adding fern into the rose garden, and I'm going to continue to add fern. Now here's another rose. This rose, I forgot the name of this rose, but it is a red rose, and I got it from Lowe's a few years ago. Okay, so here is a beautiful pansy that my mom and I got from one of the nurseries that is around my area, and I wanted to share how beautiful it looks. I also have some snapdragons planted around the same area. Another rose from Costco, and here is some more pansies and impatiens. And like I've mentioned, the one rose that I shared just now is a bare root rose that I got from Costco. And right over in this section right here, I have a knockout rose, which is a coral knockout rose that my mom and I got from the clearance section from Lowe's. It's looking really sad, but it is looking wonderful right now. The other rose that's behind it is a rose that I think the company that I got it from, they sent the wrong rose, but I decided to keep it because it was so pretty, and it was supposed to be Eden, but it's not, and I don't even think it's a climber, but I think it's just gorgeous. Now around this area right here, I have some hybrid teas and also a climbing rose from Proven Winners, which is called Lilac Days, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And the hybrid teas are red. Now in this section right here, this is a bare root rose that I got from Costco and is not doing anything, so I had to return it. I think I had to exchange it, and I ended up getting another rose. And of course, more hybrid teas and more climbers. I have Red Eden in here, and I also have Florentina climber, which is a red rose, and I also have some salvia in between as well. And on the other side, I am going to be sharing a few David Austin roses that I have in this section as well. I have Mullino in this section. I'm planning to see if I can get another Mullino to put in the front. And also, like I've mentioned, I have Florentina, Red Eden, and a few hybrid teas around this section. And I just can't wait for them to bloom. And of course, moving along, right in this section here, I have Abraham Darby, which is a David Austin rose, and I am training it as a climber. So there are some David Austin roses that can be trained as climbers, and this is one of them. So I'm training Abraham Darby as a climber and also Golden Celebration. And I just think it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I have about 2 Abraham Darbys, and right over here in this section is Florentina, Abraham Darby, and also Golden Celebration. And right over here is Cecile Brunner and also Mary. And like I have mentioned, the other 2 roses that I just last mentioned are Cecile Brunner and Mary Rose. So that is it for today's video. And this is a local nursery that I went to, and I wanted to share some of the beautiful things that the nursery, beautiful arrangements, beautiful fountains that the nursery had. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. All of my social media links are going to be down below in the description box. And I will be doing more Tablescape videos, more home decor videos, more gardening videos, and more how to entertain at home videos. Bye-bye and God bless.